Not all men, not all men. Okay, hire a male babysitter then. To be alone with your children, in charge of your children.
There's a conversation and everybody's bashing men. You see some people and be like, it's not a man. Even the men will be like, it's not a man, it's not a man, it's not a man. So the thing is that if it's not all men, how many of you that you're saying is not all men can hire a male babysitter? How many of you can hire men to come and take care of your children, your babies, to stay with your toddlers at home? Let me show you all this video.
Not all men, not all men. Okay, hire a male babysitter then. To be alone with your children, in charge of your children. Unsupervised. Without you there. Yeah. Why not? Wait, why not? Hire a teenage boy. Or hire an old man. Ooh, wait. You wouldn't do that? Wait, but you do that with an old lady. Wait, what's the problem? Oh, so like not all men, but like enough of them to like make you feel uncomfortable with the thought of it, because you're like, wait, I don't know. Wait.
My honest, it is not all men, but every time we're talking about something terrible happening, it is always a man. It is not all men, but anytime somebody's unaliving their partner, anytime somebody is doing something terrible to somebody, it's always a man. And then I wonder, who are the people that are doing? Are they not the men? And instead of say it's not all men, it's not all men. How many of you can hire a babysitter? Let me show you some reaction on this video, and I'll see you guys at the end of the videos.
People saying not all men. Not all men. Read the comments of this video. I'm going to tag her wherever I can tag her. But she said, okay, not all men, then hire a male babysitter. Don't want to hire like a male teenage babysitter? Okay, then hire a little old man who's good with kids. That sounds scary to you? Even funeral homes choose to hire women over men for the same reason. Think about that. The fact that there's hundreds of thousands of people saying that they'd rather leave their baby with a responsible looking dog. For the men and women who are going to say, oh, but you need men for protection. Protection from who? All of the former babies in the comments are saying, no thanks, I'd rather just be left alone. Not all men argument has been boiled down to gun safety. Not all guns are loaded, but the first rule of gun safety is to treat every single gun as if it is loaded. For anyone who thinks this is just women who are concerned on this level, no, there are literally men in the comment section of that very video saying, I am a male father, but the last thing I will do is hire a male babysitter because a male babysitter ruined my life. Not all men, then why are we drilling it into our toddler age children that if they ever get lost out in public, they look for a woman with children or an African American woman? Why? Because if you are a child lost, those are the people who will understand the true danger you are in. Why is it African American women and mothers that understand the true danger of being out in the world and exposed to men?
Not all men, not all men. Okay, hire a male babysitter then. To be alone with your children, in charge of your children.
You do know that the massive majority of abuse and neglect and all that comes from a child's mother, right? We just also aren't stupid. Meaning, right, the most dangerous place for a child to be is with their mother, statistically. But also the safest place for a child to be is with their mother. We know this in our brains. It's just like statistically the most dangerous place for a woman to be is with her husband. But we all know the safest place for a woman to be is with her husband. You see what you're doing there? Just because we all prefer women to take care of our children doesn't make men evil. So why would you say that? Oh, it's popular to get online and say men are gonna have babies. Shut the fuck up. Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up. Go walk on the treadmill too. Do yourself a favor. Okay, there's this stuff. It's called ratatouille. It's really not called ratatouille. It's called, I can't say it on here. But if you start out, you start out at 2 milligrams, I really think it'll do you some good. It's called John Cannon at checkout.
Not all men, not all men. Okay, hire a male babysitter then.
I'm going to let y'all do this information with what you will. But before I became a social worker, I was a professional nanny for 10 years. And part of that means I was involved in these online communities for other professional nannies. In fact, like some of you I know on here from those communities. So in the biggest nannies group I was in on Facebook, it had over 20,000 members. There were 3 men in my time in that group who actively engaged. Let me tell you the outcomes of those 3 men. One of them seems like a chill dude. Another guy was very popular in these groups, commented, was highly engaging. One day somebody posts a news story. He was arrested for doing exactly what you think he did. Then, so that first one, like, I think he's, like, fine. I don't know. I never heard anything about him. The third guy is still actively a nanny around the area I live in. And it came out that he is legally married. He is married to somebody who is serving a federal sentence for having things on his computer that he and nobody should ever have. And this man, who is a self-described special needs nanny, is in groups defending his husband, defending this man serving a federal sentence for having things on his computer that he should never have. And a few of us local nannies, like, obviously try to get this information out because everybody should know that the person they are hiring, if that's what they stand for and believe in, that's what they stand for and believe in. As for me and mine, my husband, the love of my life, if he had things on his computer that nobody should ever have on their computer, that's my ex-husband. You know what I mean? My husband would never, but you know what I mean.
Not all men, not all men. Okay, hire a male babysitter then. To be alone with your children, in charge of your children. Unsupervised.
Not gonna lie, am I tripping? But I literally would. Like, I would have no issue whatsoever having a male babysitter. Now, mind you, it would be like the same process as I would use with a woman babysitter. Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you should be very cautious of any random stranger watching your kids. Like, definitely getting references and whatnot. Like, I feel like that's kind of just doing regular due diligence. Like, I don't know, it's so funny when people make posts like this and expect it to hit, but it really didn't. But at the same time, it did. It has like 2 million likes. But not gonna lie, it's actually not that impressive because you can say anything negative towards men on this app and get around 2 million likes. Like, if you just say something that's dissing men and you say it passionately and you say it like this, likes flowing in, even if it doesn't actually make sense. But again, like, there are less male babysitters, and I'm sure there are people who would refuse to hire male babysitters. Actually, now that I think about it, when I was a kid, I had a male babysitter. Now, mind you, I had like multiple, but I'm saying I was definitely babysitted by a male. Like, genuinely, what do you guys talk about? Like, I don't think there's a lack of male babysitters because they're like unhireable. I think it's more so most men don't choose to be babysitters. Like, what kind of post was this?
On here, and she said, not all men, hire a male babysitter. Like, wake up. Yeah. Nobody trusts anybody. And it was even like teenage boys, like just a grown man or whatever, an elderly man. Like, nobody really trusts them to watch your kids. And the comment section about took me the fuck out, okay? Took me out. There were people saying, like, I don't even trust male dentists. Like, this is why. And like, really think about it. Male doctors, if they're performing surgery, or like even gynecologists and stuff, like, I know mine, he has to have a female nurse in the room if you're getting undressed. Like, it's so crazy when you really think about it. Like, nobody trusts men because it's true. Not all men, but it's always a man. Not always. I would say like 0.1% is like a woman. But then, like, people were talking about like morgues and stuff, or like funeral homes and stuff. They prefer to hire women because men. And I didn't even know that until I read all the comments. And like, there were so many things. And then like, even men were like in the comment. Rarely a man was in the comment section because they get so fucking over this. But all the men that were in the comment section, they were like, I'd rather leave my kid alone than have another man watch my child. Like, it blew my mind when like it was just such like an eye-opening thing to say. Yeah, not all men have a man, have a teenage boy, have anybody. Like, teenage girls are trusted more than a grown-ass man to watch a child. Teenage girls. Like, I was babysitting when I was like 12, okay? And I was trusted more than a man to watch somebody's baby, okay? Anyways, I'll tag her below. You should read the comment section. Insane. Like, it's so eye-opening.
Not all men, not all men. Okay, hire a male babysitter then. To be alone with your children, in charge of your children. Unsupervised. Without you there. Yeah. Why not? Wait, why not? Hire a teenage boy. Or hire
No offense, but I don't like when people speak for me. I wouldn't hire anybody to watch my kids. I just watched a video of a lady burning a child with a curling iron. I watched another video of a lady socking a kid in the back of the. Then I watched another video of a father who didn't even know his daughter was getting abused the entire time at the daycare. His daughter had heart surgery, and guess what the daycare lady was doing? Pounding her chest in. And the only reason why the dad seen it was because she was watching videos on her iPad and accidentally recorded it. I understand that there's men out here who and do all this shit. Nobody's dismissing that whatsoever, but that doesn't mean it's every single guy. Women are just as bad. I don't know if you guys know this, but women take up majority of the abuse when it comes to childhood stuff, especially when it comes to households. Mothers being abusive, mothers being on drugs, mothers being on fucking mothers having high stress, BPD, bipolar. Ain't nothing wrong with having those things, but a lot of those things are not treated properly, and then they have children. Get mad at me all you want, but all you got to do is a quick Google search. It's so crazy. I wouldn't hire anybody to watch my kids, let alone even come to my house that I don't know. I'm not very big on trusting anybody. The way I feel about people in general goes hand in hand for both genders. Men can be shitty and so can women, and with the way women are nowadays, please, these bitches will shake your hand, your man, and do some crazy shit behind your back. You don't remember that one video? Two besties, and her friend decided to burn her with battery acid. All well, going to the hospital with her. We're gonna find him. We're gonna find him. Then one day the cop goes, dude, what's in your purse? Can I check your purse real quick? Her best friend acting like she's on her side the whole time. Guess who's the one that burned her with battery acid? Her friend. Let's stop acting like women are these sweet little angels and that walk this earth, that they don't do no harm. We see every day a woman fucking man. We see every day a woman is getting exposed for little kids. All these teachers, these young teachers that are females, I don't know what's in the air, but there's a lot of weirdos right now that are exposing themselves when it comes to these children, and it's not just men. I think what we need to be focusing on all together collectively is focusing on taking care of these kids and coming together and standing against those people that are doing it, whether it's a man or a woman. Let's stop doing that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think there's a lot of stuff going on, and the more and more we're divided, the more and more we become weaker as people. Let's get our head on straight. It's not just men.
It's funny how a lot of people that stitched this video do not get it. And they are saying that women also do terrible things. Women also abuse children. I'm not going to be free to allow anybody to stay with my children or babysit my kids, either a man or a woman. The question is not if women are terrible or not. It is, you're looking for a babysitter. You just put to bed and you want someone to take care of your baby. You want to go to work and you want someone that you can trust to take care of your baby. Would you hire a man? You want someone to help you to clean the house. You want house help and the person to be staying in your house and you have daughters at home. Would you hire a man? Would you hire a boy to be in the house? That is the question. This is not us saying if women are doing terrible things or not. We know that some women that are male-centered and they can do a lot of terrible things to women. We know that. But most of the time when the crimes are out, it is always the men. It is always the men. Just this morning, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a post. This old fool was toasting, was having conversation with a 14-year-old girl on the phone. This man is a friend to our dad, but the dad is late, right? So he was having conversation with her, telling her how she can leave the house and come and meet him in a hotel. How he's teaching her how they're going to use condom. She's 14 years old, and this man should be like probably in his 50s or 60s. Even though that the girl is very smart, she recorded the conversation and she took it up to her parents, and they arrested the man. I can imagine how many young girls you must have done something like that. So most of the time when I see things like this, it is always a man. It is always a man, a useless man, a foolish man that would just do terrible things to people without thinking. They don't think. I saw another video this morning of a man saying that when you give birth or when you get a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old girl pregnant, the babies are healthy. It is only a man that can say that, not a woman. So the question is, would you hire a babysitter that is a man to take care of your child? I would never even think about it. In fact, if it's only a man that's going to be with my daughter at home, I'll be scared because I don't know trust. This, to me, it's all men. So I don't know why people always say it's not all men. It's not all men. What are we defending? What are we defending? Why are we defending them? It is all men. Until proven innocent, it is all of you, all men. Anyways, guys, what's your take on this video? Let me know your thought about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mariah Davis, and thank you all so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one, guys. Bye.